Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Thursday Talks. On today's episode, we'll learn about negotiation skills. So, Fakiha आपा आपका सेल्स का बैकग्राउंड है और जनरली भी हमें जो भी प्रोफेशन हो मोस्टली हर प्रोफेशन में हमें निगोशिएशन की ज़रूरत होती है राइट सो मैं जानना चाह रही हूँ कि डू यू हैव एनी टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स फॉर आवर ऑडियंस टू लर्न अबाउट निगोशिएशन स्किल्स
ओके थैंक यू वेरी मच पहली चीज़ तो फरा ये है कि I mean happy you mentioned the sales over there but negotiation हमारी एक misconception जो है is primarily that negotiation is required for sales only. In a way, if you look at it, it's a life skill. Every time we are negotiating, with our colleagues about the deadlines as well. Even in our family, we are negotiating, when we present our idea and listen to the other person's idea. We negotiate with our children as well. My son keeps negotiating all the time too. So yes, that's more than, when I look at it, for me, it's a life skill. Okay, now when you talk about tips and tricks, there are two things which we have to keep in mind when we go into any negotiation. Be it personally, in a personal setting or in a professional setting, two things are extremely important over there. So first is the will and second is the skill. Will. How do I look at the negotiation? So we will talk about that first. So most of the time, okay, when I say the word negotiation, what is the first thing which comes in your mind?
Sales.
Okay, sales, all right. Anything else?
Relationship.
Good. So you're coming up with all the positive words. Usually, when we talk about negotiation, one of the perception of negotiation is that it's a kind of war. So if you and I are negotiating, one has to win. Yeah. Either you will win or I will win. So the one who has better convincing skills or communication skills would actually, just sweep the entire conversation. I think will is very important over here. Negotiation is not a war. War में हमेशा एक जीतेगा एक हारेगा and that's where even if you win the negotiation you lose the relationship and that's a very short term approach. I'm sure you must have heard as well, a lot of times we come across people where they say, oh, I went into that negotiation और मैंने तो दूसरे बंदे को चुप करा दिया. That's the worst thing we can do because it means even if we got some kind of benefit for a little while, that relationship has gone for life then. So pehli cheez to hai, it is not a war, it's an art, like tango, where two people move in rhythm as well. So you understand each other. So पहली चीज तो ये हो गई. अच्छा, अब आ जाते हैं स्किल के ऊपर. Skill, like any other skill, negotiation, there are lots of things for us to learn. We can strengthen it, with practice over a period of time as well. Couple of things which are very important. जिसमें पहली चीज तो है, I think negotiation में कभी भी आप चाहें, do your homework first. Like what do I want to achieve out of this negotiation? Why is the other person there? What is the other person's objective as well? How our objectives can align? So once you do that homework, it will give you a lot of clarity when you go into negotiation. Another advantage of doing the homework is that lots of questions, which at times, what happens, ke hum jate hain negotiation mein, somebody, like the person sitting in front asks a question and you're like, oh, I didn't think of it. So once you do the homework, it gives you a lot of clarity and also the command over whatever you're presenting. And you can kind of, foresee what questions would come your way and you're prepared for it. So एक तो हो गया homework के बगैर ज़ाहिर बात है मुश्किल है. दूसरी चीज़ negotiation में जो बहुत ज़रूरी है वो है communication skills. A lot of times it is not about the content of the conversation but the style of the conversation. जैसे मुझे याद है एक दफ़ा किसी ने मुझे ये फीडबैक दिया, इंतहाई शर्मिंदगी से मैं ये आपके साथ यहाँ शेयर कर रही हूँ. And somebody said that, when you were talking, your facial expressions were very stiff. And I was shocked. So yes, communication makes a huge difference over there. जब हम war वाले mindset से जाते हैं, तो फिर we want to take a little aggressive approach. And a complete body, our choice of words supports that. But when we take negotiation as an art, then we do not go with an intimidating approach. Then we go, with an explorer's mind, where we are exploring and all that. सो कम्युनिकेशन जिसमें आपका वर्बल एक्सप्रेशन भी है, नॉन वर्बल एक्सप्रेशन भी है, words, and there should be alignment between words and body language, and words should not be killers. Okay, ji, what is the objective? The objective is not to kill the other person sitting there. The objective is to achieve the best out of it. तीसरी चीज जो इसमें बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है वो है बैलेंस. देखो, एक तरफ है टास्क, व्हाई एम आई देयर, व्हाई एम आई नेगोशिएटिंग विद यू, और दूसरी तरफ है रिलेशनशिप. सो अब दो अप्रोचेस होती हैं. If I'm very relationship oriented, so what I would do, I'll compromise on the task and I'll accommodate you.
Yeah.
So abhi to maine accommodate kar liya hai, but deep in my heart I have this feeling that Farah took advantage of me. And that again, weakens the relationship.
Yeah.
ऐसा ही है ना. अच्छा, दूसरी चीज ये है कि अगर आप टास्क को बहुत इंपॉर्टेंस देते हैं और रिलेशनशिप को नीचे ले जाते हैं, I mean, I have to end of the day win and meet my objectives. फरा से दोस्ती रहे ना रहे, बात रहे ना रहे, इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. क्या ख्याल है? What do you say about this approach, Farah?
Yeah, absolutely.
ये सही अप्रोच है या गलत है?
No, this is not right.
Exactly, that's an impressive approach. So yes, when you go into negotiation, it's very important that we strike a fine balance between what do we want to achieve, the task, and also the relationship. Achieving one at the stake of others actually compromises the entire experience. So yes, ये 3-4 चीज़ें होमवर्क ज़रूर करें. कम्युनिकेशन को आप अपनी जो है जिसमें वर्बल नॉन वर्बल है उसको मैनेज करें. दिस कुड बी अ beautiful, it's a very powerful tool, communication. It can break and make the situation. And the third is primarily a balance between task and relationship. Does that answer your question?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing your tips and tricks with us. Hopefully it will help you.